What's wrong? Are you okay? Who hurt you?
Anyway, welcome to the episode, guys.
Hello.
Heather, would you like to do the intro since you bitched and whined about it last time?
Did I run the tape back. Hello, listeners. This is the first time I'm ever going to introduce the podcast, but this is the first time.
It's gonna be the only time that I'm ever gonna introduce an episode.
And I stand by that.
That's right. Is this still the only time you're not gonna introduce?
I didn't say the only time. I said the first time.
Hey, you know what? I wish I knew what this podcast was called.
I remembered.
Yeah?
Right after I asked. So.
Welcome to Don't You Hate It, our podcast for your listening ear purposes. I'm Heather.
And I'm Sam.
And I'm also Heather. Thank you for tuning in to this shit show of a podcast, to say the least. It's been I got better. Monty Python references for those whom enjoy it. That was the wrong use of whom. But, yeah, the microphones hopefully are better. I'd like to think they are. Maybe not. I'd really like to think they are, though. But I digress. Do you know how to use I digress properly?
I've only really heard it.
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, okay. I've never heard the definition. I've only heard it in context.
What does it mean?
You know what?
I just say that when I run out of things to say.
Well, you say a lot of things when you run out of things to say.
That's absolutely true.
However.
However,
what's the other thing that you say?
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless, or completely unrelated to everything.
No, I've only done that a few times, because I remember what I do. In recent news, I'll start saying
leave
that
the main
instead.
subject temporarily in speech or writing.
So, if I'm so yeah, I digress. And then talk about something else? Is that it?
I have digressed a little from my original plan.
That just sounds deviated.
Yeah.
I deviated from my original plan. Or I've...
To digress means, okay, to temporarily wander or stay away my God.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's start it over. To digress means to temporarily wander or stray from your original plan or thought. You use digress in a sentence in both speaking and writing to tell the listener or reader that you've left your topic but are trying to get back to it. Digress is not often used as it sounds formal.
I see.
So I think we've been using it correctly.
I don't know if I used it right. I just want to end that topic.
Okay.
But I digress. What I was going to say, look at that, full circle, baby.
I don't like that.
What? Oh, my friend...
I'm slowly going away.
My friend... Actually, I'm going to go back away from that topic. I want to get to how my bank was hacked, but we're not getting there yet. Because, so, today I auditioned for the news team here in Indiana.
I hated that.
That's how people not in Indiana say it. Like how people in Illinois, not in Illinois, go, well, I gotta go to get me some Illinois, because over there in Chicago, it's all those city slickers. And, you hear that? That's the rednecks licking their teeth. I gotta give me some of that Chicago pizza, but I can't talk to none of them city slickers. Anyway, I digress.
Stop. Immediately.
Newslink. I got into that. It was good. I am bad at being a weatherman. Actually, story time with that. When I was a kid, 4 maybe, I was just old enough to stand, but barely old enough to talk. I don't know ages.
You know what? I've forgotten how babies have worked, but
I have no clue.
I know that I was able to walk, I think, before I turned 1. Or no, it was my first birthday. I got up, my toy rolled away.
Well,
and I got up and walked to it.
Oh, nice.
So,
where'd you go?
Well,
moving up in the world.
Thanks. But you don't start to walk at age 5. I'd like to say that because you said that last episode as well.
I don't know. I've never had a kid. I don't know. I've never seen a child raised except my brother. But even then, I was 5 at the time when he was born.
I understand. I understand that we don't have a good concept of how.
I don't even know when like
children work.
I have no clue. Like his first steps, his first words. And
I don't know.
I was there, word. But I don't remember him. Anyway.
You didn't think they were important at the time. Go on.
I still don't really think they're important. That's right, all you mothers that think your kids' first words are important.
If Max is listening,
he's not. He won't. I guarantee it.
Then never mind.
All right. Do you want to? All right. Anyway, but yeah, when I was old enough to stand, like stably, and just sputter a few words. I would go and stand in front of our TV, and my mom would put up a picture of like, or she'd pause it on like weather, just like a random weather map, and I'd go put on my suit and tie, and I'd stand up in front of the TV and be like, so there's some rain coming in from the south, and I'd say from the down, and then from this side over
from
here.
the down.
Yeah.
Not like even bottom, just from the down.
I know,
up and
I'm
down,
young.
and that's down.
I didn't even know words. I was still learning them.
It's okay. Go on.
And then I'm like, there's gonna be cloudy on tomorrow. And there's a video of me somewhere out there doing that.
And I'm like, be cloudy tomorrow.
Yeah. And
watch out, there's gonna be cloudy.
Watch out, bring an umbrella. But my mom. I bet she remembers this. If she doesn't, then find those tapes of me on our old camera, because we used to record everything like Easter and all that. That's the only thing we recorded. Not kidding.
Only Easter.
Yeah, we record all sorts of things. Easter.
Going outside for Easter.
Yeah.
Coming out of church Easter. From Easter.
Yeah. When I got the eggs from Easter.
Yeah, me opening the eggs from
me
Easter.
Eating the eggs in Easter.
Me painting some eggs.
Yeah, but
a wide variety.
Yeah, right. We had like a tripod and everything, which later on held my Guitar Hero microphone when I was on a big Guitar Hero kick. But no, I was really big into being a weatherman. And today I went into the Newslink, Indiana, which is the place I auditioned for, and I auditioned for weather. And then as I got there, I was like, you know what would be fun actually, auditioning for Anchor instead. So I did both. So I got up and I did Anchor first, and that was so much fun. It's just like radio, and I love radio. So I got up there and I did my thing, and then later on I did weather, and oh my gosh, was it bad. It was so bad. Like because you don't have a script when it comes to weather. With Anchor, you read a teleprompt and you just put on a pretty face and smile and pretend you're all okay. That sounded like a cry for help. It sounded like a cry for help. It was not.
You were crying in the beginning of the episode.
I was.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I just don't need help. Except I actually don't have any paper towels in my room. I need paper towels. But
we'll get right on that.
Thank you. Paper towels, please.
Oh my god.
Get the boy.
That's a lot of red.
Sorry. Get the boy. Tell him to get paper towels.
Yikes.
Call the intern. Anyway.
You gotta calm down, man.
But did I peek a lot? I'm gonna turn myself even more down.
Please.
But yeah, weather was shit. Anchoring was good. Nobody
What was
asked.
bad about weather?
Oh, it had no script. I said something.
Yeah.
I think I just touched on it. It had no script, so I just had to pretty much get up there and blab for whatever was on the picture.
You're like, sir, I don't understand weather.
Yeah, I am not
you
a
need to tell me
meteorologist.
things.
Yeah, I just because they're like
you go up there and you're like, there's gonna be cloudy tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's rain coming from the down.
Yeah. Well, I got up there and they showed me like the temperatures in the nearby cities, and I just basically read off temperatures and then hit the little clicker button and went through, and basically I was describing what was on the screen. I was like, we got this weight. What? Well, that's what I thought.
Do.
But like other people are actually giving like good adjectives, and I'm just like see that white and blue right there? That's snow coming our way from the west. And right after that snow, you know what you see? You see some pink. And you know what that pink is? That's sleet right there coming our way.
Oh,
it's
God.
freezing rain. And I'm like, and you all know what it comes after rain or snow and then freezing rain, right? It's all rain, y'all. We gonna get wet. And like,
no.
like this is exactly what I said.
It's all rain, y'all. We gonna get wet.
Yeah. Well, first I was like, we got some clouds coming our way. You know what comes after clouds? Rain, y'all. We got rain coming our way. And then I talked about the pink and the green.
Talked about the pink and the green, you know.
And the green came our way, and I'm like,
you know, one thing happened after the other.
yeah, I'm like, we got rain coming our way, but that one, I was like, that won't come for later. And then I'm like, let's see what we got next. And it was like a clueless substitute teacher trying to get through like a PowerPoint. And I was like, let's see what we got next. And I hit the next button, and I'm like, all right, tomorrow morning we got winds coming in from the south at 10. You know, I'm going wild at this point.
It doesn't sound too bad, but I don't know if we're looking for like
they want somebody
uber professionalism.
Well, yeah. Our friend Natalie was actually pretty good at it. I was terrible at it, but she did really well. I was impressed. Just because like when you're in that situation, like as an outsider, you're like, this is easy. You know, you do it in your head, and you're like, yeah, I got this. And then once you get up there and you're timed and all that, you're like, what the hell's going on here? I just talk. I just gotta keep blabbing my mouth, blabbing my chops. Anyway.
Blabbing my chops.
Blabbing my chops.
Second favorite thing to do. I don't know what my first thing is. Probably sleep.
Yeah, honestly. My bank got hacked though.
Okay. Now we're there.
See, we're on one subject and we're leaping into the next one. There is no border, or there's no borders between this. It's just leaping. I just threw a bunch of words together.
Yeah.
Figure out what that means, y'all. So wow, I'm talking real slow, aren't I?
You know what? I always speed up the episodes when I listen to them anyway.
You do. So I bought a pizza for myself, Heather, and my friend Josh from home, and we got it from Pizza King, and we got a 14-inch half cheese, half sausage pizza.
So what a lot of information.
I say this even to the Pizza King.
Well, you're supposed to, but it's fine. Go
and
on.
Got a 14-inch cheese, half sausage, and it was $19.11, right? And then when the guy came to the door, my dumbass thought I give him the $5 in cash as a tip, and then I write that on the receipt because I have to document, or they have to document what kind of tip they got. So I put $5 in his hand in cash, and then I put $5 on the receipt. I ended up paying him $10. Not a big deal, you know, whatever. They deserve it. But later on, I look at the charges again, and I see one that was $19.11, and another one was $24.11, which is $5 more. So I'm thinking they probably put the charge through twice. It's not a big deal. Who cares? But above that, I saw I got a transaction from Walgreens in Edwardsville, Illinois. I'm thinking, who the hell's got my card in Edwardsville? I'm like, I never bought anything from Edwardsville. Called my mom. Did she buy anything? No. Called my dad. Well, Dad actually pointed it out to me. He said he didn't do anything. So I'm like, all right, I got hacked. I gotta, decline all my stuff. I wanted to wait until the Pizza King went through. Maybe one of those charges would have disappeared. It didn't. But the next morning when I woke up, I got like 3 texts from my bank, and it was like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but they were like, bro. They're like,
relaxed banks.
Yeah. They're like, you got these overdraft fees for like $300 overdraft. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Again, this is all paraphrasing. And they're like, I go on the bank app, and like there were 3 transactions for like $100 and something bucks. I'm like, what the hell's going on? The night before, I took out all my money except for $7.51, just so that if somebody were to steal my stuff, then I could at least be credited for the overdraft fee, and my bank would have been like, oh, whatever. But I was happy because once I called the bank, they gave me back all the money that the guy stole, or woman, the person stole, and everything was happy again. So my bank is no longer, or my bank account is no longer hacked. My card is done, which I need to cut up at some point, and then I'll get a new card pretty soon. And the numbers on that card is 340. No, but yeah. Heather, what's been up with you lately?
I've been binge watching a lot of true crime videos.
Heather also exposed. She showed me to Punisher with the guy from The Walking Dead.
John Bernthal, to be exact.
Is that his name? That's disgusting.
It's a
The guy who
beautiful
broke his nose
name
12
and a
times.
beautiful man, and I love him so much dearly. I love him dearly.
What did you? Tell us about two crimes.
True crime? Well, to start. Well, I've been watching this one YouTuber. I think her name is Britney Vaughn.
You think?
I think.
Vaughn?
You know what? She hasn't said it. It's like said her name. So I don't look at the name. I just watch the video.
Fair.
But she does her makeup and talks about true crime. And I'm like, hey, I like both of those things, makeup and true crime.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, why not just like watch this video? And she's actually like pretty funny. And she like knows what she's talking about. And it doesn't sound like she's reading off of like a Wikipedia page. Like she
Yeah.
actually like does her research, and it's really fun
That's cool.
to like hear her talk about it. And I'm so afraid that I'm gonna run out of videos because they're so entertaining. But she like makes sure not to do, or she tries to stray from telling the stories that like we all know.
Yeah.
Like people are like, please talk about Ted Bundy. It's like you can go literally anywhere to learn about Ted Bundy.
Honestly.
But we're
Hey.
not gonna go like I don't know. She just tells some stories that like I haven't even heard of, and I feel like I've looked around, you know.
I've dawdled.
I've dawdled in true crime myself. No, I don't know. Like I've seen all the BuzzFeed Unsolved and the
I know what I'm saying.
I know what I'm saying. And I've like I've delved into those late night YouTube holes
Mm-hmm.
where you just like you start with one video and then you just end up having to sleep with the lights on.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I always did like what are those called? Mythical creatures, like Loch Ness monster and the
Cryptids.
Jersey cryptids. Cryptids.
Oh, nope.
Cryptids.
No.
Like, first off, I think we've talked about this already. I really like the Jersey Devil.
We have talked about that. That was one of our earlier episodes
Yeah.
with our dear friend Abby. Babby?
Yeah. Bababale. But
Babagale.
Babagale.
Babadook? Sorry.
Gababale.
Gababale.
Bagabale. Anyway.
Who calls her that? I don't care. It's
Campbell does.
fine. Oh, okay.
But
Campy Bell.
Campy Bell. Wow, look at us go. The conversation was way over there.
Okay, you're
Now
talking
it's
about
here.
cryptids.
Cryptids, that's correct. Cryptids.
Stop it.
We, Jersey Devil's my favorite. It scared me shitless when I was a kid. Still kind of scares me now.
I hadn't heard of the Jersey Devil until like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was. I don't even remember. I used to watch like Number 15, the Jersey Devil, whoever that guy is.
I don't fucking know.
The Burger King
Don't
foot lettuce guy.
Don't want to know.
Number 15. Anyway, and like those videos. No, it was Matthew Santoro. Do you know him?
No.
The Canadian dude with really nice teeth and he's bald and the beard. You'll
I don't
know what
know.
I'm saying when if you look him up. Matthew
Maybe.
Santoro.
Does he talk like really obnoxiously?
He's loud.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
like,
very
hi
loud-
guys, so today we're talking about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, that's actually him.
Okay,
probably.
great. Then I thought.
Like open mouth when he
Thought
speaks.
correctly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Where he's
he was-
kind of like smiling throughout the whole thing.
Yes,
You're like,
that's
why
him.
are you so
That's him.
excited?
I'm gonna show you a video of him or a picture of him.
No, you know what?
But
I think I know. I think I know him now.
yeah, my friend Tom was like, "You need to listen or to watch Matthew Santoro." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "He's got so much cool stuff," and I'm like, Really? Is that the guy?
I know
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
He was actually in a pickle recently. Did you hear about that?
No.
He has a video about it. If you want to check it out.
Isn't everyone in a pickle?
Yeah, honestly,
What's wrong
this
with
is a
him?
cry for help. He serious time actually. He just got out of a relationship with an abusive ex-girlfriend of his, and he made a big video about it and was like, everyone always says, you know, you're the man, you need to stand up to her, you're the stronger person, you can just fight against it. But he's like, you know, when it's someone you have loved in the past, it's hard for you to look past it and be able to just fight or get back. So he was totally under her lock and key, and it was like, he was in a really bad place, and he like stopped making videos for a bit because of her, and it was a big thing about it. And then he released a video about it. Like I said, if you want to check out the whole thing, I don't know the specific stuff about it, but it's on there. But he's like, it was a huge deal, but he never talked about it openly with anyone because he was always afraid people would be like, you know, you're the man, you need to take initiative, you need to stand up to her and do all this stuff. When in reality, it's all, you know, mind games and like playing with his heart and stuff, you know. So, I love to give people shit, but like this is one person I actually have a lot of respect for just for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to sit here and say that it's fake and he's just doing it for publicity, but like you watch that video and you know it's real. It's crazy. The video's name's called I guess I can't find it. Just if you look up Matthew Santoro ex-girlfriend, it's something to see and learn about. But yeah, sorry to plummet into that deep dark hole. I guess one of these days our episode is going to be a deep one. Well, actually, not speaking of which deep episodes, but episodes in general, this is our 10th episode. Yeah. Last episode you heard us talking about our track stuff, which, sorry if that was extremely boring.
Yeah. As soon as we stopped recording, we were like, that probably sucked.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
If you haven't done track, then you were completely bored the whole time.
Yeah. That's when I probably would have clicked off if I was like, if I didn't know what people were talking about. Because even though to me, it like makes sense whenever I'm like, I can barely hit 30 or sometimes. And 27.
That's why I tried to, like through that episode, I tried to explain what things meant.
Yeah, because I definitely, okay, you were explaining it and I was like, I know this. I was like, stop talking. But, yeah, I know that I was definitely like very clueless when I first started, and I was like, "The fuck are you talking about? Like, what are all these numbers?"
Yeah, but
I didn't know what a sector was.
I didn't either until you started saying it, and I just used my context clues to figure it out. So, anywho, you were talking about something. Oh, cryptids and your true crimes. You've been watching true crime.
True crime. True crime.
Two kinds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I finished that. What's your like? Do you like true crime?
I've never seen it.
It's not a show, but like.
What is it?
It's just kind of like a topic.
Oh.
Like she makes videos where she talks about true crime stories.
I have no clue. I've never. One thing I do like,
we watched the Ted Bundy movie together.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good movie.
You know what? I don't know. No? I think it was good. I think it was done like well, but I was just it was Zac Efron. I was pretty bored.
I was biased because it has James Hetfield, lead singer from Metallica, in it.
For like 5 seconds.
Yes.
You can't be biased throughout the entire movie just because...
I love anything that he deals with. That's the thing. Except for alcohol addiction.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I had to touch that. I don't love alcohol addiction.
Neither do I. It scares me. It's a very, very bad thing.
But I think I gained a little bit of respect for it. Okay. I also really like just serial killer movies in general, which is kind of messed up to say.
What?
But like, well, what I was getting at is I really like the thought that there's no such thing as a perfect crime, because if there was, then we wouldn't know about it. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So like things like another movie that's really good, The Zodiac, with Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I was gonna say Zach Galifianakis, but I was just trying to
Wow.
throw words together, or names rather. Zach Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Go on.
Jake Galifianakis.
No.
But the Zodiac was good, but like the Zodiac Killer is actually an example of that, of a almost true perfect crime, because to this day they don't know who did it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have what am I trying to say? Not suspensions.
Suspects.
Yeah, suspectations. No.
Well.
As I said that over.
Suspectation.
Expectations. Wow, suspectations. Expectations. They have thoughts of who could have done it, who done it, but like the perfect crime, isn't that wild?
Yes.
But what was that thing you said about Scream and is it Ted Bundy? I was gonna say.
Well, yeah, the guy who was the inspiration for the movie Scream.
Yeah.
The reason he started like killing a bunch of people is because he wanted to become a superstar like Ted Bundy.
That's
so
wild.
that's always a good idol, you know.
Yeah.
In my psych class, we've been talking. Okay, well, in the beginning, like the whole introduction is insanity.
Yeah.
And like our schemas about everything, and I really want to be in his forensics class. I don't know when I'd be able to do that.
Foods.
But I want to. True Love.
What is it? Oh.
But he has a forensic class where they base like this whole.
Is that okay, I know the name. Who is True Love?
He's a professor
Here.
at Ball State
That's
University.
what I thought. I thought so, but I didn't want you to be like, what the hell's wrong with him? He's in the FBI. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know who this man is. I figured
I'm sorry that I've made you so scared of like voicing your opinion. Okay. I'm sorry. So, yeah, he has a forensics class that basically just talks about serial killers and some troubled people, and I am so interested because like this whole insanity lesson that we're like going through is very intriguing to me. But it's only going to be for a little bit, and then the actual stuff starts, and it's not going to be any fun. as much fun.
As much fun.
This paper is going to kill me. And apparently it kills everyone, so,
Is this
yay me.
Is this the Child Star one?
No.
Oh,
That's
no.
for my English class.
Yes, that one. This is the
paper that
therapies.
really kicked my ass last semester, and I was like, never mind, hold on.
Oh, yes.
Because I was like, here's a topic, and then apparently they were just like, no! And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I dropped the class.
Oh, alright.
I needed to, though. He was like,
Sure.
don't drop the class until after you get your grade, because, like, we make a bunch of grade changes at the very end, and then you could probably go from, like, a D to a B. And I was like, that is not going to be my case, so peace out. But yeah.
Completely different subject now.
Unrelated to everything.
Unless you had something more.
I don't know. Just go on.
I've been thinking a lot about you're not gonna like this topic. I've been thinking a lot about World War III, or this stuff with Iran. I'm not gonna get into the political aspect of it.
Good.
But I was thinking about hypothetically, we have another like Vietnam dealio. Like, whatever. Maybe not Vietnam, but like the whole baby boomers aspect again. Because when you think about it, when men are away from their V-men, then they become sexually anxious, and then when they come back, big baby boom.
I think that was the point, but what?
Yes. If that were to happen again, then we're gonna have a greater increase in like population and stuff, and we're gonna be screwed over again. Not again,
You know what?
but like
I feel like that's how it's worked in the past, and if
What?
it happened again, then it would definitely repeat itself.
well, yeah, but like it's population is always definitely a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, pretty much always, because in this capitalist country we live in, not getting political.
My God.
Um,
I'm not going to voice my opinion on this, but however.
yeah. Have you seen those memes where it's like, bro, just go to the party, don't talk politics, and like immediately when he gets in there, it's like, did you know that?
The thing that I said to Josh.
Josh, yeah.
I
See,
love
this
that
doesn't
so
make sense
much.
because.
You know what? It's one of my favorite memes because I have been the girl like that before. It's like they're not trying to flirt or anything. That's just like the topic that they want to talk about. Yeah, exactly. It's like the only thing that they really know how to talk about and like sound smart when they're saying it.
Mm.
But the direct quote. First of all, it's a picture of this girl at a club and this guy like yelling into her ear.
Yeah.
And she's very like uninterested, like she's checked out, and she's like, oh no, this is bad. But he's like, but he still faces a Republican majority in the Senate, so it's really unlikely that he'll be removed from office at all. You need a 2/3 majority for that, and frankly speaking, I just can't realistically see that happening.
He's spitting straight fast.
But it's I hate that like that's the only thing that that people can like talk about now.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like whenever they want to voice their opinion, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, get back up, stop talking. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be interested in anything you have to say now.
Honestly.
So,
Josh,
you're lucky.
yeah, right? Not really, Josh. You're a fucking piece of shit. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
No.
He's my best friend. But
unpopular opinion.
yeah.
Don't call your friends insulting
you should hear
things.
the things he says to me.
I hear what he says. But he usually says them when you can defend yourself.
Fair. Yeah, I do pretty much just come for people at times.
Yes.
Where I was getting at with, besides the whole political thing, oh, maybe not, and it's gone. I don't know. Train of thought is derailed,
baby
crashed,
boomer.
and boomed.
Population problem.
Baby squirrel is one sexy motherfucker.
Excuse me?
Hey, do you know that?
No.
Bam, 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 bam. Give me your attention, baby.
Yes.
That was at the beginning of the world. The song. What? I meant to say beginning words.
That's the beginning of the world.
That's how.
The essence of time itself. Give me your attention, baby.
What's that song called?
I don't fucking know. Is it? It's Bruno Mars.
Ooh, whoa. Da, 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 da. Mine, all mine. Mine, all mine. No.
Oh, I have it. Treasure.
Treasure.
I was like, pressure. Pleasure.
You haven't heard that?
No, I have not.
I'll get you it again.
No, you know what? I heard it.
I listened to that because that album. When did that come out? I think it came out when I was in middle school. I could be totally wrong. What's that album called? Unorthodox Jukebox. Wow, Unorthodox Jukebox.
Why are you yelling?
When was it released?
I don't know.
2012.
But you know
I was
what?
right. December 2012.
Okay.
I got it, and I listened to that song, and I'm like, what does that mean? Because at that point, I was like philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Philosophizing everything.
Oh my God, I love you're just like all the way back in your chair, legs up on the desk. You look at me with like very small eyes, and you just gotta know what I'm saying. Philosophy.
Who needs drugs to get high when I'm basically my brain is
you
never
get tired
there.
a little bit, and then you're just like, yo, y'all ever think about the world?
Who needs to get high when you can just be tired?
I used to say that in middle school because
Really?
I would like,
who needs drugs?
who needs drugs when you just like stay up for 24 hours
Yeah.
and try to go to school and act like nothing's wrong.
Josh and I would talk about that. We'd be like, we're like, who needs to like get high? Because like we'd both be like slap happy and stuff, and I'd be like, who needs to like get high when you've got personality like ours when we're slapping. And I'm like, you know what? We'd probably die if we were high right now. And he's like, yeah, we would. Because or we'd just be your next Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato. It's closet. What does that mean? You know,
what does what
we're
mean?
not gonna get into
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Plato's closet. What does that mean?
You know what? I don't think it's the philosopher.
I also don't think so.
That's
but it's
just
also,
my personal opinion.
My brain was like, you're gonna laugh really hard at this. My brain was like, but it's also not the planet.
Oh my
Pluto.
God.
Not Plato.
Plato isn't a planet anymore.
Play-Doh is the little stuff you play with when you're a kid and maybe eat sometimes.
I know I tasted it, but I never wanted to eat it.
Oh, I always wanted to eat it.
That's the difference between you and I.
Yeah.
I always wanted to eat my Play-Doh.
Who would want to eat Play-Doh? It's so gross.
You're like, I put it directly into my mouth.
Yeah.
It came out of the container. It's going in there.
But I used
going
to
down the hatch.
I used to make spaghetti. And then, I remember one time, I sat down with all my, honestly, it looked like the little Play-Doh machine. It's like...
The little, Play-Doh meat grinder.
Yeah. But I used to, there was one time, I was, too old to be eating Play-Doh, I don't know, 13 or 14. And, I opened all my old Play-Doh containers. I had, I had purple, yellow, and green or blue or something. Yeah, I only like 3 or 4 colors. And I opened them all up and took them all out and laid them all in a row. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a science experiment. My dad's making food in the kitchen. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna see if these Play-Dohs taste different. He's like, you're 14. Why are you eating Play-Doh?
You were 14.
Yeah, I told you. I said I was too old to be eating Play-Doh. So I was, like I said, too old to be eating Play-Doh. I pick up the yellow one.
14.
Yeah, I pick up the yellow one and I lick it like an ice cream cone. And then I put it down and I write something down. I don't remember. I just remember sitting at the table, the corner of the table, and having the Play-Doh. And I'm like...
Scribbles.
Yeah, interest. Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. Max, get in here.
What does this taste like you?
A hint of salt.
So honestly, that's all it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was very salty. I was like, oh, I don't like it.
There was also moon sand. Did you ever have moon sand?
Kinetic sand.
That's something different. I'm talking moon sand.
It's the same.
What's the balls then? Like the styrofoam sand stuff. The styrofoam dough?
Those are two different
I know
things.
they are.
Styrofoam and sand.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I think I just said styrofoam. You know what? I would just like to take this time to to confess something.
Yeah.
From I think maybe the first episode.
Okay.
Or the second. It doesn't matter. You don't have to say anything. I'm talking to the listeners. Stop it. I made the mistake of butchering a name from the classic movie Hitch with Will Smith and Kevin James. I called the woman in the movie Alexa, and that was completely incorrect. It is Allegra Cole, and Alexa. I just wanted to say that because I was listening to it and I was like, wow, I got that wrong. And I always forget to bring it up, and now that I can, here you go. And you know what? There's been a weight just lifted off my chest. I just needed to get that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about
philosophy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about movies of the year the other day. Actually, I guess last year.
Okay.
And
oh my god.
And this was all on air, so I couldn't go back and delete it or anything. And I was talking about Wonder Woman, but I didn't. What did I say? I didn't actually say it as Wonder Woman.
Superwoman?
No, I called her something else. I called her a DC character, or a Marvel character.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, it was. They were talking about Captain Marvel.
And
I saw the
yelling.
It was the title picture of the cover of Captain Marvel, and I'm like, yes, that new Wonder Woman movie came out, because also Wonder Woman also did come out, But I'm like, yeah, well, that Wonder Woman movie came out with Mark Ruffalo and
Oh my god.
and that one female actress, and then like halfway while I was talking, I started screaming in the microphone. I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to say Wonder Woman. It was not Wonder Woman. It was Captain Marvel. All women are the same to me. I'm kidding.
I think I remember this.
Oh, you were there? You were listening.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember my old phone? Do you remember the? Sorry, I had to get a payphone a while back. Not a payphone.
Stop. A flip phone.
A flip phone. Wow, 2012 hits in one episode. What a wild ride.
I only like that
I think
song
it was
for
from
like
2009, actually. You were saying?
I listened to it 2 times. I did not like after the second time.
Ooh, it was
Thank
in
you.
2012.
A lot of things happened in 2012.
Honestly?
That was a year that a
What
lot of
was-
things were just like, hey!
Yeah,
I was like,
honestly.
hello?
I don't know if that's everyone's 12, like when they turn 12, but like 2012 was a wild year.
Yeah,
Because that's when
6th
everyone
grade?
also thought.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's when everyone also thought that we were all dying or something.
Well,
That was 2000, but
you
still.
know what? Yeah.
Like that
No,
movie.
2012 was supposed to be the end of the world.
They got that movie.
2012.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
There's another movie
Our
recently.
boy is in it.
Our boy, Tom Hanks.
Nope. The other one.
Nicolas Cage.
No.
John Cusack.
Yes.
Oh, actually,
Yes. That's why I said it, because I knew that you would get there.
I'm gonna talk about a dream I had recently.
Do it.
Wow, there was no organization of this.
No, there's not. This is a.
This podcast is
We
like
kind of went down a notch from our last 3, 4,
3, 4.
4. Our last 4. I like our last 4. This one, you know what? It's okay. I would listen.
It's what it's. It's
We're
with
not gonna
whatever
be able to
moods
come
we're
up-
in.
But what's the type? I had no idea what we were going to talk about when we
Me
got
neither.
here.
That's the point. That's
It
what
also
I like.
probably sounds like that. So
That's alright. I did. I had things
You-
to talk about.
just said that it wasn't okay, but that's fine.
Did I?
Probably not. But you brought it up.
That's alright. We were saying Mark Ruff. Oh. Mark Ruffalo.
Oh.
I had a dream. Actually. No, I'm gonna finish my dream first. I had a dream that it was like my graduation party or like birthday party or something.
A party.
Some party, like a family party. And Heather was in the basement, a schleeb.
Which I usually am.
Yes. And like people were coming in, famous people. The only famous person that I remember coming in though was Colin Hanks, I think is his name. The son of Tom Hanks, who is also an actor. He was in such movies as
I thought you were saying that Tom Hanks is also an actor as opposed to his
yes.
son, and I was like, oh, I thought he was a rapper.
Colin Hanks
He
was
tried
in
to be a rapper.
the new Jumanji movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Who the hell did he play?
I honestly rant time.
God, you know this whole episode has been a rant time, so
That's
just go
okay.
on.
The new Jumanji movie. It's good. It's got its funny quirks, but when Colin Hanks comes in, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because, spoiler alert,
Oh, I
Figure it out.
always forget
what he looks like.
that they're related, and then I forget his name. Is
Colin
it?
Hanks
Yeah,
and Tom
no,
Hanks?
he is extremely cheesy in this. I love him in that one TV show that he's in, the Life,
Dexter.
the family.
I just had it up too. Nope, Life in Pieces. Fargo.
Yes.
The Bunny House.
Nope.
Orange County.
Life in Pieces.
He was in
It's
both
phenomenal. Yes, he was.
I didn't know he was in the first one as well.
Well, he was at the end when they are leaving the high school. They pass the I forget the house. They pass the house, and then he's like, go on in, sweetie, and then he's like carrying his little baby, and then he looks and he's like, oh my god. And you know what? I would never know that a group of kids that I have never seen before are those kids. I don't know. Just maybe it's just me.
I
But yeah.
have no clue.
He was very cheesy. His whole character was cheesy. Whenever they were like themselves, like the teenage versions, they were so like stereotypical and cheesy. Like it's the only word that I can come up with is cheesy. But you know what? It fucking works because my good God, I hate it. And the beginning, like when Dwayne Johnson started like trying to act like Danny DeVito, I fucking hated it. My sister and I were just like, oh God, this is gonna be a long movie.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad. There was only one part that I thought was like funny at all, and it was when like my sister laughed her ass off in the theater when he like made a big scene, and then there was like a couple beats of silence, and then he just goes, what? I don't know. She laughed so hard and so loud that I was like, oh God. I've never like been embarrassed for, like by other people, but that I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just because we were in public. But the part where Dwayne Johnson is just like, okay, keep it moving. There's nothing to see.
Yeah,
It's like they weren't even looking at you, and I thought that was very funny because that's something that like. Well, one, I think my sister would do that, but in like a completely different way, where she would just kind of like be. Like, if anyone ever asked or, like, looked her way, she would start, like, giving way too much information. Like, oh, no, okay, what actually happened? Like, what I'm here is because, you know, these two girls, they came and, like, one of these girls lost her shoe, and I had to look for her. I don't know. And then, I don't know, she's always been that kind of, like, liar. Because if I've ever had to, like, make up excuses for something, I've just learned to like be kind of vague, and I'm like, okay, whatever. They don't. Right. The fact is, they don't need to know, so I don't need to come up with an excuse for this thing.
Yeah.
I can only do I only have to do this part, and then I can get away. Because if they ask me any more questions, I'm like, what's with the third degree?
What's with
okay, are you okay? Why do you care so much? And then I turn it on them, and then they're crying. I don't know.
I really liked the part when Kevin Hart, whenever Kevin Hart would speak as the old black dude, that was so funny.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, honestly.
And after Christmas, like my sister and I were just like,
did you know?
My father and my grandfather both are just, they've gotten like so like slow with like how they talk. They just kind of like they take 5 minutes just to like get a sentence out or like a complete thought, and all the women in my family are just like like come on. And my grandfather would just like he doesn't want to like wrinkle the wrapping paper because we all like think that we can save the wrapping paper and reuse it, but like has anyone ever done that? Because I feel like it just
do that.
I like
they save
I think that we would try, but it would just always end up in a trash bag. It's like we're not using it. It has tape all over the place. Like no.
Yeah.
And but he's trying to just like do it very like like have you ever tried to like eat with a friend and then they just keep on like they have like the food on their fork, they're about to go in for a bite, and then they like have something to say.
That so much.
That's basically what it is.
Like he goes to take it off, he's like, actually.
He's like just slowly taking it off, like, it's just so nice that you all are here. And then I'm like, stop! Oh my God! And so we're all just like wide eyes, like, yeah, keep cutting, please. Okay, he's not like a rinkety old man. But my sister and I looked at each other and we were just like, did I just kill him by talking too long like he always said I would? Whatever that line is, I don't know, it's my favorite. Go on, I'm so sorry.
I thought it was, anything that Kevin Hart, okay. Yeah. I usually don't like Kevin Hart in any of his things, his stand-up comedy or actually.
I don't really like his stand-up. He's kind of like, he talks about how he's a scummy guy, and so it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like it's not like something to just talk about. It's like, so I cheated on my wife, and it's like, oh, I don't like that.
Well, he recently was recovering from the car accident. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
So like that was his first public thing he's done since, because I don't think he did comedy yet.
I think he was I think that was like already done.
Okay.
Or at least like his scene, like maybe they did his scenes first, because they started filming like
That's
right
true.
after the first one came out,
That's fair.
because they like were still posting pictures about like being in like on like the jungle set, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why are they? Oh, they're making another one. Okay. They were like, this one's gonna be a hit.
I was surprised to see Danny DeVito. I love Danny DeVito, but
I love him too.
I didn't like Dwayne playing Danny DeVito.
I didn't either, and I'm glad that it switched. And I think Aquafina was a good person for that.
That's
kind
a
of.
water brand.
Yeah, and it's also her rapper name.
Who?
Aquafina.
Well, who?
I don't fucking know. I just know it as Aquafina. She was the Asian one.
That's what I meant to ask.
Got it.
Who is she?
She was
She's the Asian one.
the guy. I forget his name.
Which one?
The main-ish guy.
Oh yeah.
Carl
Jr. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Carl Jr.
I've never had Carl's Jr.
I hate. What happened? When Jack Black was playing Fridge. It was terrible to me.
Yeah.
I could not. I was like, wow, I don't want to listen to this. It sounds a little problematic.
Yeah, it sounded a little racy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even think
Cause
the actor sounds like that.
last time I checked, it's usually frowned upon to mimic somebody's speech.
It's just, why do they have to talk like that? Like, because in the first one, their voices didn't change.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Well, not really. Like,
Jack
Black's did. But, like...
Oh, Dwayne's didn't. You're right.
Kevin acted like himself.
Yeah, you're right.
And,
everyone did, really.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I just don't understand, like, why they had to... Like, they thought it would be funnier or something if Dwayne Johnson acted like Danny DeVito, because they're really the opposite spectrum.
I mean, I understand the comedic value of it.
I do too, I just don't think it was done well, because I don't think Dwayne can do any impressions.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was funny, though, when Aquafina or Aquaphor, whatever the hell her name is, Dasani, when Dasani was playing...
Oh my god.
Was playing Danny DeVito.
Ice Mountain.
Yeah, when Ice Mountain was Ice-T. No, but I thought it was really funny when Aquafina was playing Danny DeVito. That was funny.
I think it worked out well.
Yeah, she did a really good job with that.
Yeah. Because, okay, I'm glad that they actually did what I hoped they were gonna do, which was, like, switch the characters, but I was like, how are they gonna do that?
I'm glad that the one stereotypical white bitch wasn't there.
I did not like her. She was in it, but she just...
Right, she was not playing a role, except the horse, which was a suitable role.
And then they switched. Did you not watch the movie?
No, I did, but...
Yeah, they started switching back because they went into the water, and then Danny I'm sorry, and then Danny Glover, his character turned into the horse.
Yeah. When I saw Danny Glover roll across the screen, my thought was, Donald Glover was in this movie.
You know what? I always think that, and then I go, oh, never mind.
You know who looks really similar?
To
Donald
what?
Glover in Childish Gambino. They look like
oh
the
my
same
god,
person.
man! You're blowing my mind over here.
I know, right? They look very similar. What's Snoop Dogg's real name?
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
I don't know.
It's probably like James or something. Nope. Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr.
What the hell? Do you know Billie Eilish's name? Speaking of Billie
William
Eilish.
Eyelash.
William Eyelash is going to be the next singer for the James Bond like intro song, and I really don't know how I feel about that, because they've always had those big voices like Adele and Sam Smith. Because as soon as Sam Smith like became a thing, and then they were like new James Bond movie, I was like, oh, okay, so obviously they're gonna choose Sam Smith, and then they did, and then I was very underwhelmed.
Wow.
I'm crying. Underwhelmed by his song, and then I started listening to it more, and I actually I really like it now.
I didn't.
But, what?
I didn't know that I'm older than Billie Eilish.
You didn't know that?
William Eyelash.
Yeah. It was really creepy because a lot of guys,
Wow,
god
you're
damn,
really going, aren't you?
a lot of guys were like doing a whole countdown to when she turns 18, and I was like,
Yeah, because things are going to be released.
Hmm.
No, but she is born on December 18th of 2001. Wow, that blows my mind.
yeah.
Regardless, her full name is Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
People with a lot of people have changed their names. There was one. Andrew Lincoln, who played Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead. His name was originally Andrew James Clutterbuck.
Clutterbuck.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But he is very British.
Yes.
So when he came to America to get jobs, nobody's gonna hire Andrew James Clutterbuck, because that's a very English name. Because we say German, but that's absolutely
I
wrong.
thought you were going to say something else.
Jewish?
Yeah, and I was like,
But, yeah, I thought that was interesting. There are other people that have fake names.
I know people were telling Arnold,
Schwarzenegger.
yes, to change his name and take speech lessons so that he can sound like American.
That's kind of racist. Not racist, but culturist.
Yeah, and I think he also kind of knew that, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I'm gonna become famous for this," and that's exactly what he's done.
I'm following him on Instagram. He's a good guy. Not
I think I used
know
to.
him. He's a good guy.
I've talked to him a couple
we get food
times.
sometimes.
Oh my God! Speaking of Instagram,
Yes.
and going back to our boy, our other boy, Tim Honks.
Tim Honks.
His Instagram, gold.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I didn't know, I followed him and I was like, yeah, okay, because I love him and I'll get to see more of Tim Honks if I follow him.
He was voted friendliest person of the year last year.
You know what?
wasn't
I
he?
completely believe it, and I'm so
I'm gonna
happy.
look it up, but continue.
But yeah, one day I just decided to look at his Instagram, and my good God, I endorse everyone to go and look at his Instagram because it's just beautiful. It's filled with such lightheartedness and purity, where he just finds discarded things, lost things outside. There's been a lot of gloves where they'll just take a picture of a single glove that was left.
It's funny as hell.
Outside.
She showed me some of it, so it's first one of the year and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's one against the window and it goes first one of the year, Hanks, because he always signs off on his own Instagram post, but he spells it with an X. And I love him so much. And if if he finds a car that's a little weird or very broken, he takes a picture where he's posing with it, and he's going for the handle, and he's super excited about it, and it's just buying or look at my new car. And I don't know why, but it tickles me. It's he's a beautiful man. I love him so much. I just want to give him a big ol' hug.
I thought this was recent, but it was actually in 2013. Tom Hanks.
I was like, that's 2 years ago.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, sometimes I am wow, it's 2016, and I'm wait, what?
Wow. Hey guys, can you believe that it's 2016 right now?
We've
come a long way.
It says, Tom Hanks named most likable man in Hollywood, and the world nods in agreement. And then later on,
I'm nodding right now,
yeah,
I was like, yeah.
Later on, it gives statistics. Hanks takes the lead with 28.3% of the votes, followed by Will Smith, 17.2%, and Denzel Washington at 13.9%.
Damn.
However, do you see that video about Will Smith smacking the paparazzi?
No.
This guy, I don't know exactly what happened, but this guy came up to Will Smith with a camera and was it was for a new movie he did, and he was like, Will, can you answer this question? And he was obviously kind of pushing him away and shushing him, and then at one point the guy gets nearly on top of him, and is Will, and he's what the hell you doing, man? And slaps the guy in the face, and grabs him by the shoulder and is you can't be getting in front of my, and he's yelling at this dude, and I was genuinely afraid of Will Smith at that point.
Oh my God.
Going back to the statistics, George Clooney garnished a surprising 11.8%.
interesting.
Brad Pitt landed not far behind him with 11.2, and Ryan Gosling caps off the list with 7.4% of the votes.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
I've come to really like Ryan Gosling. I didn't like him before because I just didn't understand the hype.
Yeah.
And then like I started watching like comedies that he was in, and he's so funny. Like Nice Guys, especially.
Yeah.
Such a funny movie. I love it so much.
I'm trying to find this video, but yeah, I really like Will Smith. Is this the video?
I do too, but I don't like how he's become like.
Sorry.
Kind of who he is.
Like as a
now.
figure.
Yeah, just because he like. I don't know. Maybe it's the people that like want to work with him that are the problem, and he's just being nice. But
Oh, that's what.
I think it's like. Lily Singh, Superwoman. I don't know. She was she is a YouTuber.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like her now. I stopped liking her a while ago, but it was either Dwayne Johnson or Will Smith, and I think it was Dwayne Johnson. Which is like it's like the same problem with Dwayne and Will, where I feel like they've just kind of they've gotten the whole like adoration like from their fans just like in their head. And so Dwayne kind of seems like he thinks he's a gift to the world, and I'm like, I love you, but
yeah,
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like all the not really like arrogance, but he's just kind of like if he showed up somewhere, it'd be like, you're welcome.
Yeah, he knows his hot shit.
Yeah, and that's like what I get from Will Smith as well.
And
I'm like, meh.
Correction with this him with slapping the paparazzi. Paparazzi dude, after interviewing him, he's obviously distracted. He comes up and he gives him a hug, Will Smith a hug, and he gives him a kiss on the cheek as he leaves, and Will Smith gets pissed and then pushes him around. But check the video out for yourself. Look up Will Smith slaps paparazzi or reporter. I think it's reporter. That's all the time we have for y'all today.
What a shame.
What?
What a shame.
Honestly, this one has been rough. I apologize.
Next
Next week will be better, I promise. Thanks for listening, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.